As the sun burned bright above, I dismounted my camel and vowed to return victorious. Spelunky. The date was December 1st, 2015. And on this day, a brave young girl named Geneva lowered herself down into the depths of the mine. Geneva was a girl of only 12. She entered the mine with a sense of curiosity, a hunger for exploration. She expected she would find riches down here, but only in a childlike way. She didn't fully comprehend the significance of the wealth she'd find. Nor did she realize that the beautiful gems she was now in possession of were worth over $4,000 combined. Shortly into her descent, she found her shoulder pierced painfully by an arrow. She simply moved on. As a rugby player, she was used to getting roughed up occasionally. She met a handsome gentleman down there by the name of George. Shyly, she took George, rescuing him, pushing him through the nearest exit, with only a smirk and without saying a word. George seemed bewildered and happy only to leave. He was pleased enough, though, that on his way out, he awarded Geneva with a smooch on the cheek. She giggled giddily and marched onward through the mine. Down in the mine, she found a shop owner selling his wares for an arm and a leg, although she hardly knew that they were so expensive, for he traded in the jewels that she found. She traded in a jewel for a jar of glue. It was worth $3,000, the most expensive jar of glue she would ever purchase. Down in the mine, she found another man. Joey, he called himself. She didn't get to know Joey very well, though, before she felt a compulsion to lay his unconscious body where she had knocked him out, onto the altar of the goddess Kali. She mourned his loss when he erupted in an ocean of blood, but was pleased to receive a shiny baseball glove in return. A life for a toy, Geneva mused. A fair trade, I would say. As a rugby player, Geneva was able to deftly dispose of all the enemies that came after her. She probably hardly realized that they were even deadly, as they fell dead so soon after coming into contact with her. Rabid bats and poisonous spiders, who made her way towards her, soon felt the force of a rock or a whip that she hurled their way. Geneva felt a second arrow pierce through her side. She felt as though she were holding on to her life now by the thinnest of threads. But as such a feeling was new to her, she did not recognize it or even acknowledge it. She simply pressed on. There is the key, she said. She met her end from the sting of a scorpion, only 300 meters down. Perhaps it was foolish to hope that she'd get much farther. A vulnerable girl, down in the depths of those awful mines. She hardly knew what awaited her there. And by the time she discovered it, she breathed her last. It was the last thing she discovered.